Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again this morning, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I come to you today because the nation is at crisis. Not only is the nation at crisis, the entire world that is humanly populated is at crisis, whether they are developed or non developed. We as people, as human beings on this earth, are at crisis. And it is being addressed in many ways, in many forms. There are those who are well aware of the times and they are being busy. Now, there are those who are not familiar with the times and they are dragging. But nevertheless, when the game is to be played, everybody gets an announcement of when the starting gate is and the time. And for those who may never have known what's going on, yet the crisis around us brings us to a point of understanding at whatever level of intelligence we might have. So I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, usually I don't come to you and ask you for the specific support that is needed to do the monumental things that need to be done. And the reason that I don't ask you of that, because in order to go forward and carry that through, you must be committed. You must be committed to life and not be feared by death. Example, when Martin Luther King was alive, he and Malcolm X, when they were alive, they were committed unto life and they were not afraid and impeded by the threat of death. However, the evidence that they alone was not sufficient. The only thing they could do was to bring an awareness. But the power to bring forth the cause of manifestation of that for which you seek, you must be committed unto life. And see, when these were taken away from us, we have what you might call progressed in little minute steps, but they are not considered progressions. Those are things that are used, my friends, to placate. Those are the things that are used to make you feel that it's getting better. It's getting better. One day we'll get there. That is the deception that we've bought. One day we'll get there. And the truth of the matter is when those days are what you might think are coming close, because you've experienced some things that you never experienced before. You've had a president that has never represented a certain group. You have a vice president that has never represented a certain group. In this regard, at that level, you having the power, the seat of power, where it seems to be operative without any rules or regulations. You have even come and engaged and walked through that door. But what else is happening? There's an effort made to conquer humanity. And that effort, my friends, is evil. Evil. We really don't know what evil is beyond what we have had the ability to understand, that which is our most hateful thing, imaginative, something that'll happen to us. That's when we consider the most evil. We don't want any of that to ever happen to us. And so when we think about somewhere else that has been written by someone else, and a thought like that does not resonate from our own experience. And so when we use for representing evil and the devil is that which we don't want to happen, and that's death. We don't want to die as human beings. We want to live. You hear many of us say we want to live forever. We'll do anything, bend any bow, however low, just to survive. And so the enemy of life would do anything to cause you to bow, and so what we as the people have done is bowed to evil. And we get a chance to see that happening in other parts of the world today. We've seen it even being instituted here in our own homeland. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that when you're fighting against evil, democracy alone is not enough. You see, the thing about democracy, it allows for right and wrong at the same time. And it is in this place, my friends, where that bug has landed. It is in this place that this wrong, this evil part is trying to take over. And like we have never seen it before, not to say it hasn't happened, I'm sure it happened during the Civil War, but during our time, we see people that we thought we held in high esteem doing things we thought they'd never do. And they're doing it publicly and boldly and as if they're proud to be able to do it. So we see evil taking over, especially in our country. It's taken over in other places. When we see liars in power, when we see those who will do anything to take away the voice of the people, this is all evil, my friends. When you see they would take you to a period of slavery, this is evil. So I come to you, the American people, and I say, let us make another choice. If there are those that are willing to destroy every building that have been made, and you know the buildings are many, they are beautiful, and some of them have lasted for centuries, but they can be destroyed in a matter of a moment over some manly, misguided evil. So I say, what is it that we as people want? What is it that every individual on the face of the earth wants? They want happiness. They want joy. And to sum it all up, they want to be alive and they want to live. Now that includes, my friends, guaranteed survival. And that is not limited, but it does include food and clothing, and shelter and education and health care, and as we've determined, transportation and infrastructure, and whatever else our minds already have imagined and have called the manifestation, but even that which was to come. Now, when we look at that, ladies and gentlemen, what do we really see? We see a call for resources, materials that have already been given, resources that rest in the earth, on the earth, above the earth. Some of it is seen, some of it is unseen. But the rest that is required to utilize any of that rests in the body of the human experience. And every human being got a potion. And every human being designed in such a way that when they come here, to be here requires a participation. Who wants to be here for no here? So they each got a gift that they can engage in the process of causing a manifestation of all the things that I've just articulated here. And so by doing, all of the resources are free. All of the gifts that humans have exercised is a gift because it allowed each one of them to engage and receive the maximum joy. And as a gift from that, the human population, those things that they have caused, desired, are now resting in the reservoir of goods and services, there to be extracted at their pleasure. And it didn't cost one penny. It didn't cost one dime. It didn't cost one debt. It was a joy to create, my friends. It was a joy to create. And in it, there was no lying, there was no cheating, there was no stealing, there was no hatred, there was no racism, there was no bigotry, there was no terror, and there was no war. But it did produce peace, prosperity, freedom, joy of life, and the fulfillment of your dreams. And the human population had the opportunity to experience their needs, their wants, and their desires. And this is what I call heavenly. This is what the kings and the queens and the Malcolms gave their lives to, so that we, my friends, each of us could experience that. This is what you call goodness. This is what you call righteous. This is what you call love. And this is what's worth, if you want to say it, dying for. But there are those who can have it by killing, because more people would rather give up their life and stand for evil than to lay it down to stand for life. So my challenge to us, ladies and gentlemen, is to put it on the money. No, socialism can't save us from evil. Communism can't save us from evil. Dictatorships can't, authoritarianism cannot save us from evil. Democracy cannot save us from evil. The only thing that can save us from evil is called love. It is called justice. It is called fairness. And the only way you can receive that, ladies and gentlemen, is to always reach out to your maker. Your maker, a power you can't see, can't touch, can't feel, but allow to live inside of you. And every pain that you feel, you must understand, must never be dealt with, because there are causes for it, and because of love, we will find the root of that cancer and clean it out. Because this is heavenly. So this is what I offer to you, ladies and gentlemen. You're sitting up talking about continuing some norm. It's not good enough. You might pass over the day. You might even live to get another president. But I guarantee you that same evil that is causing that pain today is not going to go away. If you want to get rid of it, you got to fix it. You can't be playing games. So now is the time for us to fix it for the children, to fix it for our children, even for some of our parents, but to fix it for those generations that are to come, so that we can experience, they can experience, and theirs can experience what life is truly about, and not have to bow and bend to the idea of one or two, but be free to be you. That's all we're calling you to do, to be free. And to be free, trust in God. God got your back. If you know it, you can show it. So I think I'll just leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I have shared something that someone will be blessed for. And if it is, we will see. And if it's not, we will see. Until next, goodbye.